Hello friends, today we'll break down a movie that combines horror, drama, romance, and revenge, all the elements that make a movie extraordinary. This film is set during the Russia-Ukraine war and depicts the atrocities committed by Russian soldiers against Ukrainian women. The story begins on a dark and eerie night in a dense forest where a woman is desperately running to save her life. She is severely injured. While running, she reaches a house illuminated by red light. However, before she can comprehend the situation, a dark figure attacks her, lifting her by the neck. The entity utters the name Andrei. Hearing this name, the woman Olena wakes up from her nightmare, terrified. Even though it was just a horrifying dream, Olena is deeply shaken. She cannot understand who that entity was and why it mentioned Andrei. Troubled by these thoughts, she goes to her fiancé, Andrei. The couple is very happy together and is about to get married. They live in Ukraine. The following morning, Andrei makes breakfast for Olena before leaving for work. But Olena is haunted by her nightmare. She calls her aunt Yevdokia to share the details. Yevdokia, concerned after hearing about the dream, tells Olena it's time to send Andrei away and you know exactly where and how to send him. The story then takes a dramatic turn. It was 2022, the year Russia invaded Ukraine. Russian soldiers started abducting activists and officials. Ordinary Ukrainians began hiding in their homes. Olena and Andrei also decided to flee for their lives. Olena suggested they go to her aunt Yevdokia's house in the forest, a secluded and safe place that had remained untouched even during World War II. As the couple drives off, their car is stopped by Russian soldiers who begin interrogating them. The soldiers misbehave with Olena, and Andrei, initially trying to keep calm to save their lives, finally loses his temper when one of the soldiers touches her. Andrei shoots at the soldiers, killing one and injuring another. Somehow, they reach Yevdokia's house. However, Andrei has been shot and is in critical condition. Despite Olena's best efforts, Andrei succumbs to his injuries. The entity from Olena's nightmare, representing death, appears and takes Andrei away. This was the same entity that had appeared in her dream. Losing her love is a devastating blow for Olena. Yevdokia tries to console her, but Olena says, I don't want anything. I just want Andrei back. She confesses that she has lived many lives, witnessed countless wars, and lost many loved ones. But losing Andrei is the most painful experience of all. She adds that Andrei made her feel like a normal girl who could love, but even that happiness was snatched away from her. The story now takes a turn toward revenge and survival. Olena vows to make those responsible for Andrei's death suffer. She declares, I will make their lives so unbearable that death will seem easier to them. With this determination, Olena asks Yevdokia to burn Andrei's body and leaves. Olena retrieves an axe and breaks through a secret wall in the house. Behind it lies a hidden chamber filled with black magic and supernatural artifacts. Standing before a magical mirror, Olena removes her clothes, revealing tattoos on her wrists that appear like shackles in the mirror. She breaks these magical chains, releasing the supernatural powers she had forsaken for Andrei. As these powers return, Olena undergoes a transformation. She becomes powerful and dangerous, ready to seek vengeance. Olena is not an ordinary woman. She's a witch who had left her world behind to live a normal life with Andrei, but now she has returned to her old ways. Meanwhile, Russian soldiers are informed by their chief that food supplies have been cut off by Ukraine. The chief tells them, you are free to do whatever it takes to get food. You can kill anyone. Delighted by this freedom, the soldiers scatter to search for food. Some soldiers enter an old man's house and kill him when he resists. They discover a girl named Kate hiding in the house. Although she tries to escape, they capture her. One soldier assaults her, while others prepare to take her to their camp for further abuse. Elsewhere, other soldiers recklessly fire at a house. When a woman tries to stop them, they shoot her dead. They take Kate to their camp, intending to use her for their entertainment. Meanwhile, Olena performs a blood ritual, targeting the injured soldier whom Andrei had shot. As a result of the ritual, the soldier's injured leg deteriorates further and he begins to cough up hair and a piece of paper. The paper has a message: this forest will be your grave. Witnessing this, the soldiers are terrified and the man dies. Here, the chief also starts seeing Olena in his dreams covered in blood, telling everyone to kill. This terrifies the chief and he instructs the soldiers to take Kate far away. Following the chief's orders, the soldiers abandon Kate in a deserted place. Olena then goes to Kate and asks her, do you want revenge? Kate doesn't respond, but the pain in her eyes speaks of vengeance. Olena understands this. Meanwhile, when a soldier goes to urinate, blood flows out instead. Seeing this, the soldier becomes very frightened. Later, two more soldiers are shown and Olena tries to control one of them. However, when she comes to kill him, she sees a family photo of his and decides not to harm him. Instead, she tempts the other soldier with money. Seeing a lot of money on the ground, the soldier becomes greedy and approaches her. The next morning, when all the soldiers check their phones, they receive the same message: your graves will be made in this jungle. Reading this, all the soldiers are terrified, but the chief pays no attention to it, as he does not believe in ghosts or dark forces. Instead, he claims it's the enemy's tactic and orders everyone to stay alert. One of the soldiers then takes everyone to a part of the jungle where many voodoo dolls are hanging. After this, they discover one of their comrades tied to a tree. His hair has been ripped out, his lips are sewn shut, and his stomach is slit open. Seeing him in such a horrific state shocks everyone. When one soldier tries to save his comrade, as soon as he steps forward, the soldier tied to the tree explodes because Olena had set a bomb trap there. Witnessing this, everyone blames the soldier and says he shouldn't have gone forward. Meanwhile, Olena is shown performing a powerful ritual, summoning a demon and absorbing it within herself to gain its powers. When Yevdokia steps outside her house, she sees many dead birds falling from the sky. Scared, she quickly rushes to Olena. Upon seeing Olena, Yevdokia realizes that she has gone too far in her quest for revenge. However, Yevdokia tries to reason with Olena, saying that if she doesn't stop now, the consequences will also be devastating for her. Olena, however, doesn't listen and says, "I don't care about my fate. I can go to any extent for my revenge. Even if I die, I won't regret it." Hearing this, Yevdokia says, "I was the one who turned you into a witch and gave you a new life, and now you want to leave me all alone?" But Olena ignores her words. One soldier receives a photo of his family, showing his wife and son covered in blood because Olena has killed them. Seeing this, the soldier becomes terrified and insists on going back to the city. However, the chief doesn't grant him permission to leave, so the soldier takes a tank and leaves on his own. On the way, Olena plays mind games with him, and in his confusion, the soldier runs over two of his comrades with the tank, killing them. The other soldiers, furious at him, kill him as well. The soldier tries to explain himself, but no one believes him. Elsewhere, the camp is bombed, scattering everyone. One soldier ends up in the jungle, where he encounters the ghost of the woman he had killed. Terrified, he runs, but he meets the chief, who marks his forehead and says, "Your end is near." The ghostly woman kills the soldier. In reality, it was Olena. She takes out his heart and brings it home, where she eats it to enhance her powers. When the other soldiers find their comrade's dead body, they are shocked, unable to believe that the enemy could go to such extremes. One of the soldiers talks about supernatural forces, but the chief dismisses him and scolds him into silence. Meanwhile, Yevdokia sees Olena eating a human heart, and she becomes terrified. She tries once again to reason with Olena, but Olena, hurting Yevdokia, says, "I need more power." Later, Olena regains her composure and apologizes to Yevdokia for her actions. However, Yevdokia begins to fear Olena because she has turned into a terrible witch and is losing her human identity in her quest for revenge. That night, Olena goes to the soldiers' camp and leaves a warning. The next morning, when the soldiers discover their comrades' dead bodies missing, they panic and go searching for them. As they move forward, they find all the bodies hanging from a tree. Seeing this, one of the soldiers becomes so terrified that he kills himself because he does not want to die at Olena's hands. He feels it's better to end his own life. After this, another soldier is shown who had wronged Kate. When the soldier is urinating, insects and worms begin to emerge from his private parts, causing him immense pain. Desperate to save his life, he reaches the house where Kate resides. Kate is about to take revenge and kill him, but the soldier begs for forgiveness. However, as soon as he picks up his gun to try to kill Kate, she finishes him off. Meanwhile, Olena appears in front of all the soldiers. The chief and the remaining soldiers fire bullets at Olena, injuring her. She retreats to her house to save herself. There, however, Yevdokia tends to her wounds and warns her that she will have to pay the price for every death herself. Yevdokia tells Olena that when she kills the chief, she herself will also perish. Olena ignores her warnings and continues to kill the soldiers one by one. The chief proves difficult for Olena to control. Instead of her, he captures Olena and tries to assault her, but it is revealed that the Olena with him is actually a decoy, and the real Olena is standing behind him. The chief had been tricked, and the person he captured was one of his soldiers. This was all part of Olena's plan. Olena begins to torture the chief and is about to kill him when Yevdokia arrives. Yevdokia reveals to Olena that she is pregnant. She explains that if the chief is harmed, the baby will not survive either because of the deal Olena made with the devil. Yevdokia reminds her that the baby is the last memory of Andrei and a symbol of Olena's love. Hearing this, Olena calms down a bit, but her anger still simmers. However, when she sees her beloved dog, she fully calms down. This dog was something Andrei and Olena had lovingly raised together. In the end, Olena says, forgiveness is no solution because everything will eventually come back. Yevdokia devises another plan and drives the chief insane. The chief's own soldiers accuse him of killing the others and imprison him. Sometime later, Olena is shown giving birth to a baby and starting a new life with the child. Her revenge is complete. And with this, the horrifying story comes to an end. So friends, how did you like this movie? Share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye and take care.